thank you. Can people hear me? Oh, the broadcast was interrupted.
Yes, I do see that. I do not know why. Still says live. Did Fitzy have her mute button on? Did she join audio? Yes, you did. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it does say broadcast interrupted, but when I check on the Facebook side of it, it says that we're fine. So I don't know what to do.
I don't either.
Great.
If someone has one of our numbers and they want to text us to see if they can hear me and Sam and see if this is actually on the Facebook page. I hear a text message.
Just switch my alien. Oh, okay. It's not. Sorry. Hi, Beth. Maybe we just stop and start again. I don't know what happened. So
yeah, let's do that, I guess.
Okay.
We'll be back if anyone can hear me. I hope they can.
Okay, end live video. Delete video and return to page. Yes, please.
Oh boy.
Okay.
So we can just start from the top then, I guess.
Yeah.
If people can hear me.
Probably.
Yeah. Well, let's see if people can hear me first too. We can ask.
Camera. Start screen share. This one. Share. Okay. I think we're good. Ask theater major. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Here we are. Did we do it? Ah, amazing, gorgeous. Hello.
Hello. Are you recording, Sam?
Oh, yes.
Great.
Yeah.
Still, I don't see us on the Facebook page quite yet.
I also do not. A little confused about why.
It might just take a sec to. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Hi, lovely people of WAG. Please let us know if you can hear Fitzy.
I'm here. I'm just gonna keep talking. What's up, everyone? Hello.
Christopher Cohen.
Yeah. What's up, party people? Can you hear me? Okay. Yay!
You can.
Your dad can hear us.
Ah, good.
Okay.
Amazing. Cool.
Yay.
Okay, cool. I think people will start coming on.
Cool. Welcome back to Curtain Call with WAG.
I'm sorry about the technical difficulties. Facebook and Zoom together are just, it's a fun little experiment, and we'll see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm Sam Cohen, and
I'm Emily Fitzgerald.
Heck yeah!
Yay!
Cool. So Emily, tell me about Keene State.
Well, hello. I'm a recent graduate from Keene State College. I graduated with a degree in acting and technical theater and design. It is a BA program. We have a few different specializations there. We have acting, dance, which is a modern dance-based program. We have technical theater. We have arts management, and we have theater education, which are our two new programs, which are really cool. Our program is at Keene State, obviously, which is a liberal arts school, which is really cool. It's in a part of New Hampshire that has a lot of art stuff going on around it in the middle of the woods, which is real fun. Yeah, it's really cool. Sam, do you want to tell us about your program?
Heck yeah. Thanks, Emily. I go to the College Conservatory of Music at the University of Cincinnati in Cincinnati, Ohio. And I study musical theater. And at CCM, we have dance majors, we have opera majors, we have voice majors, we have music education majors, we have acting majors. There's more. Oh, tech production majors, they're very important. Stage management majors, um, dance majors. I don't know if I said that. But yeah, just like anything you could ever want in a performance program, it's there. So yeah, I come from a BFA program, and we mostly specialize in one specific thing. Yeah.
Cool. Do you want to talk about the difference between a BA program and a BFA real quick?
Heck yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. So the main difference between a BA program and a BFA program is that most BFAs are focused in that specific specialization. So like Sam said, he focuses on acting specifically or musical theater stuff. And then in my program, it's similar that we still focus in your specialization, but because it's like a BA at a liberal arts school, we take a lot more gen ed classes than what I'm assuming Sam would take at his school. Yeah, so there's that.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Sam, do you want to talk about what it's like auditioning for programs and give us a little bit of advice?
Yes. Well, auditioning in general is just its own beast. It's always a nerve-wracking, stressful experience. So it's no different with college, and it might be a little bit amplified because of the application process and just kind of your education in general. But I think just for most schools, you have to do a pre-screen, which usually consists of, or I'm strictly talking about musical theater because that is the only audition experience I have. But if you have other questions about other majors, I am happy to reach out to some of my friends who are in other majors and ask them about their experiences. Musical theater students have to do pre-screens. So that requires an up-tempo 32 and a ballad 32 and probably a minute of a dance section. And then you record those all in one video file and you send them to the school. And the school usually has their own, has their own requirements of what they want the video to look like, whether it's waist up or shoulders up or full body. Usually for a dance video, they want your full body, obviously. But yeah, that's kind of like step one is pre-screen. And then if you get accepted from the pre-screen, then you do an on-campus audition. And then you usually hear around, probably I heard around the end of March of my senior year. Yeah. So it's a little bit later than most people hear, but it's hopefully good news. So, you know.
Yay. Irene wants to know what a 32 is.
Oh, great question. 32 bar cut is a piece of music. Each measure in a music is called a bar, just slang, I guess. So a 32 bar cut is you can start anywhere and end anywhere, but the start and the end has to equal 32 measures of music. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Does anybody else have any questions?
Yeah, any questions about what we've talked about so far? We can talk a little bit about summer jobs, maybe a little bit.
Yeah, that sounds cool. Yeah.
Cool. So a lot of theater majors and just, people do audition for what is called summer stock theater, which is basically just theater in the summer. A lot of the times it's very condensed process. So with WAG, the process ends up being for like the spring show from February till end of April, early May. So that's however many months. But with a lot of summer stocks, you have 2 weeks. You have 1 week to put up the show, and then, or maybe 2 weeks to put up the show, and then you have a 2-week run. Which, yeah, that's that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fitzy, you worked at the Peterborough Players, right?
Yes, I've worked at the Peterborough Players last summer, which is a really cool experience. I worked as the administration intern, and my job focused mostly on helping the company manager and helping being a marketing assistant, but I also was able to crew shows as well, which was really cool. It's a whole summer long. So basically the company there, the intern company, is called The Second Company, and there's acting interns and tech interns. And the interns, if you're an acting intern, you have rehearsal for the kids shows that are put on in the mornings. And then the afternoon is either shops or rehearsal for the main stage show if you're in that. And then the night is teching and putting up a whole show. So it's really fast. It goes on that like kind of 2-week cycle. While one show is on the stage, another show is rehearsing to immediately replace that show. It's really cool. A lot of hard work, but it's so fun and rewarding. It's great. Yeah.
Heck yeah. Beth wants to know, how did we choose our schools?
Do you want to start, Sam?
Sure. So I chose CCM because when I got accepted, they have what's called an accepted students weekend, and you go and they have kind of mock classes that the incoming freshmen can take and get sort of a feel of what it will be like to be a musical theater major. And this usually happens around the time of their spring main stage. So we all got tickets to see their spring main stage, which was Jesus Christ Superstar, which is one of my favorite shows. And I just really fell in love with the school. Just the facility is beautiful, and the people are just so welcoming and amazing. And so I think just like having that extra ability to visit the school and visit some of my future classmates was just really amazing. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh.
I chose Keene. I knew that I didn't want to, I had a kind of a strange, I actually wasn't going to school for theater at first. I originally was a film major, and I went to Keene as a film major. But one of the things that pulled me in the most was on one of the admitted students days, I went to the film department, and then I went and visited the theater department, and I met a professor there, Kirsten Riegler, and we just like hit it off immediately. And I knew that I was going to want to do stuff there. And I just like fell in love with the campus and the people, and it was really great. And it was the perfect decision for me. So, because after that, I obviously did not graduate with a film degree, and I moved straight into theater. So, yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yay. Yay.
Oh, Jeff Kaplan wants to know, how will summer stock work this year with the virus? Do you have an about Peterborough?
So, yeah, I can talk a little bit to how the players, the Peterborough Players, are reacting and dealing with that situation, because I was supposed to work there this summer. I was going to be the stage management intern. So they had to cancel their season, unfortunately. A lot of other places in New Hampshire and most other summer stock theaters have as well. Right now with the Players, I'm actually at the Players currently. I am fortunate enough, they were looking for very few people to do some maintenance work, and the management director said, "Hey, you were supposed to work here. Do you want to come and paint some walls and take care of some stuff?" So it's me and a few other people, and we're keeping socially distant, masks on, doing all the safety precautions. I have to imagine that there are some other theaters that are doing similar things. of they had to take the summer off, unfortunately, and so they're kind of either maybe fixing up their spaces or some maybe they're doing virtual stuff, which is really cool. Yeah, that's kind of that. A lot of people I've talked to um, had just they don't have jobs because of it, which is really sad.
You know,
A lot of people in the industry just don't have the theater jobs that they thought they were going to, which is sad, but we're trucking along.
yeah, amen, amen. And while the world is sort of semi reopening, live theater and live events, it's just going to be the last one
Yeah.
because of just the nature of what we do. It has to be live, and you have to sit
Close
down
quarters.
close to each other. So,
Yeah.
you know, that's okay. For now, we have Zoom, and
Yes.
we are grateful for her. Beth wants to know, did your parents want you to pick a more stable major?
Do you want to talk to that, Sam?
Sure. As most of you know, my parents are very involved in theater and are probably the most supportive people I have ever met. So in many ways, they encourage me to do theater. They also, of course, care about my well-being and want to make sure I become a stable and healthy adult. And they have pushed me to work really hard in other avenues of academics, to just make sure I have something to fall back on, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. My parents, very similar. My parents met through theater. My mom is currently what month is it? Yes, my mom is still currently the president of WAG, Jackie Fitzgerald Boyd, as most of you know. So when I originally started college, I was like, I'm going to be a film major. And they were like, yeah. And then I was like, JK, I'm going to be a theater major. And they were like, cool, still cool. So they kind of were always pretty encouraging of it. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fitzy, what was one of your favorite shows that you've worked on? School, since we're talking about school.
My favorite show. I just stage managed. I just stage managed As You Like It in the fall. So that was really cool. It was a really, really cool experience. It was the first time I had been involved in a Shakespeare production, and it had a really big cast. And the director I was working with, she does a lot of abstract stuff, and so it wasn't just like, this is Shakespeare and its time period. It was set in the 70s, which was super cool. We played a lot with all of the themes of As You Like It, which there's so many, and it's such a crazy fun show if you know it. I would take a read. And yeah, that was one of my favorite. That was definitely one of my favorites. I had this huge set that, like, we called it the Seahorse, and it like tilted different ways and it moved around the stage. It was super cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. What was your favorite show that you've worked on, Sam?
This fall semester, I had the pleasure of working on 42nd Street. I forgot the name of the show. And I was a supporting role, Abner Dillon, and that was just really cool. It was on their biggest stage in the entire school, and it's like a treat to be able to perform on that stage, and to be a sophomore and have a speaking role was just like, it was a dream. So yeah, that was just amazing.
That's awesome.
No.
If anyone else has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Send them our way.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk a little bit about jumping back to summer jobs, auditioning and applying to summer jobs, and a little bit about equity in the EMC program?
Ooh, maybe? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So, From my experience and what I've known, there's websites like Offstage Jobs. Playbill has a list of jobs you can audition for and stuff. And then there's conferences like NETC, which is the New England Theater Conference. And every year in March, early March, I believe, they do a giant audition conference, which basically you apply and then you get a number and you go and you do, I think it's a minute and 30 seconds is your time you have to fill. And there's like the musical theater audition and then there's the regular audition, and the requirements are different for those. But you go and you do your package, and then there's like 50 summer stock theaters, 50 plus summer stock theaters that are watching that, and then you get callbacks. And yeah, that's that whole thing. I have not done that yet, but it is something I know a lot of people have. It's how a lot of summer stock theaters hire their companies. Offstage Jobs, on the other side, is a technical theater website that lists not only summer stock jobs, but a bunch of technical theater jobs that theaters will put their listings on. And you can go and you can be like, I want to apply for stage management. And then it'll go through all of that and it'll list a bunch of things and you can apply and it'll give you all the information. It's really cool. Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've also done one of those conferences, obviously as a musical theater actor. And yeah, it was super cool. I think it took about the whole day just to audition, because you go in groups of like 10 or 15, I forget. And you do your package and then you learn the dance and then you do the dance and then you get called back, and callbacks can last into the night. And then the conference that I was at, which was really cool, because it was geared towards college students, they also had workshops. Different professionals came in and talked about equity and how to sustain yourself as an actor, and just really valuable advice beyond just the audition experience, which I thought was really cool. It made it more of a convention and not like an audition.
That is really cool. I really like that.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Oh, Beth, no, where do we hope to go with our degrees? Well.
I always tell people when they ask me
oh no.
When they were asking me what I was going to do after school, I would tell them, hopefully get a job. So yeah, I'd like to get a job is one of my things. But right now the industry is shut down. So, but eventually I would like to, I am focused on stage management. I have focused on scenic design and painting and performance mostly. I typically just kind of list myself as a creator overall because I do a lot of everything. Yeah.
Good. Amen. Cool. My overall dream, and has been my dream for years, is Broadway. Who knows what will happen, but that's my dream.
Yay!
And I really want to, when I retire, if I'm lucky enough, I really want to start my own theater company. And through this Zoom, this theater hiatus, I've started an acting, the song coaching group over Zoom, and that has really brought so much joy. So I found a lot of joy in being a teacher. So I'd like to continue that. Same with Emily. I think we're all artists at heart and just keep creating. So,
mm-hmm. Yeah, that's something that, on the flip side of everything being closed, and that's sad, on the other side of that is a lot of people have all this free time and have been working and creating all of these really cool things, which I think is really cool.
Yeah. Amen. Yeah. Fitzy, tell me about EMC. What's that?
EMC. So EMC stands for Equity Member Candidacy. It is one of the ways that you can get into equity, which is the actor and stage manager union for the stage. Um, so I'm an EMC member. It's basically you go and you work at a theater that has the EMC program, and you have to work, I think it's 24 weeks, I
To
believe.
get your card? Yeah, I think so.
Yes, so basically it's you have a set amount of weeks. And once you work any number of those weeks, if you're going in through the EMC program, you get your EMC card. So I have that somewhere. Uh, and it's then you have to get a total number of, I think, 24. It's somewhere in the 20.
Yeah.
Once you hit that number, you can either option A, join equity right away, or option B, set that aside and do a whole another round of 24 weeks, because once you join equity as an actor or stage manager, you can no longer work non-equity contracts. And there's different that is the very there's a lot of different things that go into that in different contracts and what all that means, but that is the very like small rundown version.
Yeah.
A lot of actors go through that because once you have your card, you can put it on the top of your resume. And if you go to calls and equity calls, you can wait until the end of the equity call, and they will see, or if they have time, they can see you as an EMC card holder, and then they would see anyone else who's not EMC and not equity. So it kind of helps to build you into the industry, get to know people. Yeah, that is my experience. I think it's really cool. Yeah, Peterborough Players is a part of the EMC program, so that's how I got my EMC card. Yeah, any questions about that, let me know. That was my very short version.
Cool. Oh, it says.
Yeah.
Okay, no, we're good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone have any other questions?
Yeah. Anyone got any questions?
Sam, what's your favorite course that you've taken at CCM?
Ooh, my favorite course. I really liked voice and speech class. It was, unfortunately, it was at 8 in the morning. But we we learned IPA in the first semester, which helps you translate accents. That's how actors use it, at least. My mom knows it because of speech therapy. And it's a lot of opera students use it to translate. Yes, good words. Cool.
Yeah.
But I really liked it because, and then second semester we learned accents. So we learned British, Cockney, Irish, New York, German, French, Spanish, and there was another one. I forget. We learned 8, but so, and that teacher was just amazing, and she just really cared about us as students, and it was just even though it was at 8 a.m., she just always made it really fun, and it was just a really cool class, and it was just something I had never really gotten specific training in. I've done different accents for different things, but I haven't necessarily been taught them. So it was really cool to like know what I was doing. Yeah.
Cool.
How about you?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, me? I'll say one of my favorite courses was my sophomore year. I took a class called Puppetry Workshop. In the Keene State program, you have to take 2 design workshops and 2 tech workshops. And one of the design workshops I took a few of them, but was Puppetry Workshop. And we learned how to make marionette puppets from scratch, which was really cool. And I have it, and I guess I'm gonna show it now because Sam wanted me to. Oh, I gotta get around my headphones. He's an award-winning puppet. I'm just gonna throw that out there. But here he is. His name is Emmett. He has a working jaw, so he can talk, and he can move and wave, and and he walks, but you can't see his feet. And I made him completely from scratch. And it took a very long time, but it was super, super cool. And now that's a skill I have. So that's one of my favorite courses I've taken. Cool. Leo wants to know, well, there's two questions. Question one is Irene would like you to define what IPA is.
I did see that, and I don't know.
I think it's hold on, I got it. It's International Phonetic Alphabet. Oh, I got it without looking it up.
Teamwork, very good. International Phonetic Alphabet. It's if I could explain it, she'll definitely tell me I'm wrong.
It's just a bunch. It's just a bunch. Basically, the short version is it's a bunch of symbols and letters that all of them, no matter what language you are speaking in, if you are from Russia and you look at IPA, you would know that this symbol sounds exactly as the same as if Sam were to say it. Like, look at that symbol. So it's basically a bunch of symbols, and those symbols correspond to a sound. Mm-hmm. Is that's like a pretty good?
Yeah.
Cool. And then Leo wants to know what the toughest accent to do is.
Ooh, it's obviously different for everyone. For me, it was German because you had to back up a lung every time you said a syllable.
Can we get a taste of German?
Ooh, no.
I understand.
I took that final, and that monologue went away.
Gone forever.
But German was kind of difficult. Letters and symbols that coincide with how speech sounds versus spelling. Thank you, Irene.
There we go. Mm-hmm. That is a more succinct way of saying it. I appreciate it.
Very good.
Leah said German kills me every time with a face.
Yeah, I agree.
I've never had to do German accents, so I don't know.
I do like me some Irish.
I love it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is there any other last minute questions anyone's dying to ask us? Of course, you can always, I'm sure I'm speaking for Sam, but you can always reach out to Sam or me. I am Emily Fitz on Facebook. You can find me. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Stage management, acting, design, painting, a whole bag of things. And then Sam.
Heck yeah. I'm Sam Cohen on Facebook, I think. I don't think I'm anything else. I forget. But you can definitely message me there. Instagram, I'm Sam David Cohen. I don't know. And I mostly do musical theater, but I also have done some stage management, some directing. I know how to build a flat.
So wait, which kind of flat? A soft flat or a hard flat?
Hard. The one that's not muslin.
Okay. Yeah, it's a hard flat.
Yeah.
Your mother does have another last minute question if we want to take that real quick.
Yeah.
It is, do you have advice for anyone considering a performing career?
Sure. Just don't let anybody tear you down. Just if it's your dream and it fuels you, it gives you fire, it gives you life, like don't let anyone tell you differently. There is more than enough space for you. I just You just are enough, and you're always enough. And it's just there are so many people who will try to put a label to you and try to stick you in a place, and you just, if you don't feel like you belong in that place, just remember that you have the power to change your life. So
That's really good advice, Sam.
thanks.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Just if you are passionate and you love it and you want to do it, go do it. There is nothing stopping you. Don't let the haters get you down because they are just annoying noise and they mean nothing because you're great and lovely.
Amen.
Yay.
Cool.
Cool.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. This has been Ask a Theater Major with
Yay.
Bitsy and yeah,
Sam.
Bitsy.
Thanks so much for watching, everyone.
Yeah.
It's been a blast.
Yeah. It's been amazing. Thanks, guys. Did I do it?
Are we still live?
No.
I don't think I'm live anymore.
No, I think we're good.
Yay! We're good. We're done.
Oh my gosh, that was 34 minutes. Wow.
That's so long. Why is a UNICEF thing playing? What's happening?
That did not need to be that long, but it's okay.
Okay. Cool. Well, that was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. I'm glad we figured out
all that stuff.
The technology.
Yeah, me too. Rena texted me in the middle of that. Rena, Colleen, Keith, and my mom all came to see a show called, I don't know if you know what it is. It's called A Dream Play. It's basically, if you know how a dream is and you have it and you don't, it like nothing really makes sense when you try to talk about it later.
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly what A Dream Play is. It was written by August Strindberg, and we did the Carol Churchill adaptation, and they came and saw it, and it's very abstract and weird, and when you read it for the first time, you don't know what's happening, and also when you see it, and just it's really hard to, I think you only know what's happening if you're in it, the process. But they saw it, and when I was like, my favorite show is As You Like It, Rena texted me and said, what about A Dream Play? And I started laughing. That's all. I thought you should know.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Rena. I hope
Me
she
too.
better. Oh, this is still recording, so I'm gonna stop this. Rena, we love you.
We love you. We should probably edit. We can edit it.